What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with the Pork Chop. It's early, I know, I'm here, and it's early, but Pizza Plant pretty much told me to take the night off, so I'm going to take advantage of that while I can. So, just got finished at the wholesaler, which is good, because I would have been late to Pizza Planet tonight anyway, so was glad finally, because it's 6:05, so they finally let me go, and been here since 7, and had to drive today, like I said, so I had to, I left at 7:30, and I did not get back to the shop until 4:30, so it was a long haul today, and what got me through was listening to We Watched a Movie, their podcast. Two podcast episodes that I listened to. One was of this guy from Esquire ranked his Halloween movies from his least favorite to his favorite, and the list was terrible, by the way. It was absolutely god awful. I could make a better list. My 7-year-old niece can make a better Halloween list than what this guy did. I'm sure he's a nice guy, like they said multiple times in the podcast. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure that he's just a outstanding citizen, but his Halloween ranking was garbage. And then the second one I listened to was the script for Halloween Returns. It was the movie that they originally were going to plan to release before Halloween 2018 came out, where they pretty much rebooted it, or soft reboot, whatever you want to call it, and they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis, and they did this and they did that. This one was really freaking cool, and I remember hearing murmurs about this script, and just to give you a little insight on the script, it takes place in the it starts right where the first one left off. Except instead of Michael, wandering the streets all wounded, he's pretty much just on another killing spree on Halloween. He got shot off the balcony by Dr. Loomis in the first one, and he just got right back up and just started going into another town and just killing everybody else, killing some other people. And he finally gets captured, and when he gets captured, he gets put on death row, and 10 years later, one of the survivors of that encounter goes to his death sentence, and is trying to watch him get executed, and it doesn't take. He does they do the lethal injection. It doesn't take, and the prison loses power, so nothing works, and all the inmates get released and everything like that. So it's pretty much like Halloween in Cell Block C. For a little bit, because apparently a big chunk of the movie is supposed to take place in the asylum, or in the prison, and then he breaks out, and he doesn't go to Haddonfield. He goes to another town and starts massacring all these people, and it was really cool, the way that the script sounded. So if you guys want to go listen to that, see how it ends, then pop on over to We Watched a Movie. Another podcast to listen to a couple episodes of the Brohio, and listen to the Scientology episode where they talk about the origin of Scientology. Scientology. I thought I said Silentology. Scientology. God bless. It's a hard word for me to say, apparently. And talk about the roots, and all the famous people that. Whoa, dude! This guy just started walking right out in the middle of the street. You're gonna get hit. And so, talking about the celebrities that are currently in the church, and ones that have escaped, quote unquote, from the church, and it's a wackadoo episode. And then the second one I listened to was the dark web, which is actually kind of cool. I listened to it before, but I kind of got a refresher. Kind of talked about anyway. I got a refresher and wanted to figure out, or try to remember it, and it was actually pretty cool. So if you guys want to go listen to We Watch a Movie or Brohio, if any of those sound interesting, that's question number 1 for you, is would you be interested in the video? People are stupid today. I got a green arrow and this guy just drives on by. Man, I almost hit a guy and I almost got T-boned by a guy. So, yee-haw. Anyway, So that's question number one. Are you interested in either of those podcasts? Let me know. And if they're your cup of tea. And I'll send you a link or whatever. But the keywords today are pork chop, no Pizza Planet tonight. Sad face. you could put the sad face emoji, you can write out sad face, whatever you want to do. So those are the keywords. So anyway, and then when I was in between listening to, we watched the movie Amber, Ohio, that's when I got the call from my GM at Pizza Planet that told me, yeah, just take the night off. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And he said, but see you tomorrow, which he doesn't even work tomorrow, so whatever. Anyway, and then in between, I also talked on the phone with my grandma, talking to her, catching her up about life events, because I realized I haven't talked to her in a couple of weeks, and it actually made me very sad when I realized that. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to change that. So I pretty much talked to my grandma for like 3 hours of my trip today, because it was 2.5 hours outside of Amarillo, and then another 2 hours, and another 2 hours, and then 2 hours home. So that was like 8 hours. So it's 7:30, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was a 9-hour trek today. I stopped 30 minutes to get something to eat in my last stop, after my last stop. So there you go. 9 hours. That's why it took me 9 hours. Other than that, it would have been 8.5. So I talked to her, and she was just talking to me. We talked about politics, the coronavirus, how ridiculous my niece and nephews are, what my sisters are up to, just everything. Like we just talked what I've been up to, how I'm doing, how my wife is doing, how busy we are, just stuff, man. Just stuff that I don't take for granted whatsoever, because I realize there are multiple people out there that would love to have one more conversation with their grandmother, or one more conversation with their aunt, their uncle, their mom, their dad, their great-grandmother, their whatever. Because I lost my Nana back in 2011. That still kind of hurts. She lived a good life. I think she was 88 when she passed away. But still, that hurt, and I didn't take that for granted towards the end. It's not that I knew that she was going to die or anything, but it's just like, I just saw some people around me that were just like, ugh, I had to go see my great-grandmother this weekend, and oh my God, it's so boring. She likes to tell stories about her youth. She likes to talk about this, likes to talk about that. Listen to those damn stories, man. You might find a few nuggets of knowledge, and actually probably learn something along the way. Like, my Nana told me a few stories about, just how much of a turd my dad was when he was my age, and all that good stuff, and just talked about her neighbors' kids. She was just a sweet lady, and having listened to those stories, man, I'm glad, because I know, like I said, I know a few people that were just like, ugh, I had to go to my 80-year-old great-grandmother's house today, and I had to go to my grandmother's house today, I had to go to my aunt's house today, and it's boring, and she didn't even have Wi-Fi. Still, man, I loved my Nana, and I love my grandmother, and just even my dad, man. Like some of the conversations that my dad and I have, man, I love when we talk. Usually right now, my dad and I would text each other, and the only thing that we text each other are song lyrics, and the goal is to finish the next verse or the chorus or whatever. So he'll just send me lyrics from right in the middle of a song. Like yesterday, it was just an off-the-wall Kiss song off of their album Hot in the Shade. It's called Read My Body. He just randomly sent me a verse, and I had to complete the next verse. Actually, no, it was the chorus. So he sent me part of the chorus. I had to complete the chorus, or put the second half of the chorus, or the second third of the chorus, whatever. And then he finished it. So that was the goal, and we did it. So once in a while, I'll send him one. Like I sent him Neil Diamond lyrics. I've sent him Fastway lyrics. He sent me Kiss lyrics. I've sent him AC/DC lyrics. We just go back and forth with these, man. That's our conversation. Even my grandma was like, it is so ridiculous. The conversation you have with your dad is just lyrics, and you'll finish the lyrics, or even movie quotes, man. It's just enjoy your family, your friends, your acquaintances, everybody around you while they're here, man, because they could be gone tomorrow, and what legacy would you leave behind? What legacy would they leave behind that you find out that you did not know was incredible? Like, my Nana would tell me stories about my granddaddy Lyman, who fought in World War II. He was an engineer for the war. And I heard stories about him, and then I heard stories about, their marriage, how things were, and how the house that they lived in, he built, he doubled the house because he built the second part of the house with his bare hands. And just stories like that, man. You just got to enjoy those. But anyway, so I'm droning on and on and on about, this. And so question number 2 is there somebody in your life that you don't take for granted? Who is it and why? Leave down in the comments who is it and why, because I'm really interested in hearing some of y'all's stories about that. And then question number 3 for you is just, let's go with the silly one here. Let's go with the silly one. Cauliflower pizza crust. Have you tried it? Do you like it? Yes or no? Because I had some. I've had it multiple times, but I had some last night, and God, it was great, man. It was so good. So let me know what you guys think about that. So there are the 3 questions. Anything else we want to talk about today? I don't know if I said it or not, but rest in peace to Don Shula. Amazing coach. I think I already talked about this, but rest in peace to that man. That man was a legend, the winningest coach in the NFL. And I'm just hearing people all over the radio just talking about him, talking about his legacy, talking about playing under him as a coach, and talking about his not so much of an approval with Bill Belichick. Apparently, he even to the grave, he was not a big Bill Belichick fan because of all the scandals that Belichick's been involved with, like Spygate and Deflategate and Spygate 2.0, and it just too many scandals for Shula's taste, apparently. So he wasn't too happy about that. So there you go. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go run a couple of errands before I go home, and then I'm gonna go home and just enjoy what's left of my evening, the 4 hours that I get to myself before I gotta go to bed, and do it all over again tomorrow, because I might be going out of town again tomorrow. They said they don't know. The other driver, the reason I had to go today is apparently he had an appointment. He had a dentist appointment today, so he couldn't get out of it, and so I had to drive for him. So we'll just see what the schedule is for tomorrow. And thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. Thank you. I always say this, and I mean it. Thank y'all so much for just listening to me, just bitch, moan, and groan about nothing and everything all at once, because you guys are fantastic. You guys are a good ear to listen and a good shoulder for me to kind of lean on when I need to talk about some shit. So you guys are fantastic, and always remember my little piglets. Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.